So what's up people, welcome back to Hollywood Breakdowns, and I'm your friendly Hollywood Breakdowner Prajeth, and today I'm gonna be reviewing Captain America Brave New World. I wasn't planning on watching this movie, but the reviews kinda seem better than the movies that Marvel has come up with recently, so I thought I should give it a shot, and not gonna lie, it was enjoyable. So yeah, for those people who are here to know whether the movie is good or not, it is good, but it's not great. When you see a Marvel movie, you have this standard that it's going to be awesome. Every single movie, from the first Iron Man movie in 2008 to Endgame in 2019, have been awesome. There are some movies here and there that were decent, and that is the lowest they could have been. But with Phase 4, we have been getting projects that were constantly not even meeting a decent standard. We got movies like Multiverse of Madness that did nothing. They visited like one universe in that, besides the main 616 timeline. And then we had The Marvels, which was like a crossover movie but did nothing in the universe except for the post-credit scene, which was something. We've constantly been getting all these movies, like 3 movies a year, but they have all been mediocre. Don't even get me started on Thor Love and Thunder. We got Thor Ragnarok, and the same director somehow managed to give us Love and Thunder. So when I saw mostly positive reviews for this movie, I had to check it out. I actually watched it before watching The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Yes, I did not watch that show until now, but I feel like that has helped me come up with better thoughts that most people can relate to, because I'm pretty sure 50% of you watching this video right now haven't watched the show. Okay, so first off, one question I have is this Captain America Brave New World or Brave New World War Hulk? It is basically an Hulk sequel without Bruce Banner. By the way, there are going to be spoilers here and there. It's not going to be a certain part of this video, it's going to be here and there. So you guys might be asking, do I have to watch The Falcon and the Winter Soldier or The Incredible Hulk to understand this movie? Like, what do you think? Of course. Because the main villain of this movie was set up way back in The Incredible Hulk, and to be honest, if you just see that one clip of him transforming a bit, that should be enough. But for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, you do have to see it, because Isaiah Bradley is in the movie and he's a character who has only previously appeared in that show. And also Joaquin Torres, that guy was only introduced in that show, and to understand the dynamic between Captain America and the new Falcon, you have to watch the show. And also to understand the dynamic between Captain America and Bucky, you have to watch the show.
So we're partners, co-workers, not necessarily a team. No, we look damn good though.
So basically, you have to watch the show. But they do try to answer some of the questions that you might have if you didn't watch the show, because in the show, Joaquin Torres actually doesn't meet Isaiah Bradley. So in the movie, when he meets Isaiah Bradley, he's like, who's that guy?
That's Isaiah Bradley.
The Isaiah Bradley. You brought me to the Forgotten Cap. Why didn't you say something? It is a pleasure to meet you. Your missions in Korea are legendary.
But yeah, you won't feel the emotional impact of the character if you didn't watch the show. For Joaquin Torres' character, you can't do much. Like, he's there with the Falcon wings already, so you won't understand that unless you watch the show. And then, of course, we see Captain America in his new Wakandan suit. You won't understand that unless you watch the show. So yeah, the show is really important for you to feel the emotional impact of this movie, because there are some scenes which would only make sense if you watch the show. As much as they try to explain it, it just feels like a better experience if you watch it after watching the show. So I would suggest you watch the show. And I mean, it's not a bad show. It's actually one of the better Disney Plus shows that Marvel has come up with. You should give it a shot. And also, after watching that show, you will realize that the tone is exactly the same. The show and the movie have tried to mimic the tone of previous Captain America movies like The Winter Soldier. So you are going to be seeing a serious movie, just that it will be lighter than the previous Captain America movies that we've seen. Also, you probably heard by now, the Marvel Studios intro doesn't play. This is the first time they haven't used the intro since they came out with it in 2016, so it's a shock. They just say Marvel Studios presents in black and white, and then the movie just starts playing. I get that they did it to give the movie a serious tone, but seriously, the movie wasn't that serious, bro. So I don't see why they had to remove the intro, but hopefully they do not remove it completely from the universe. Hopefully they use it in the Thunderbolts and the Fantastic Four. And if they don't use it in Doomsday and Secret Wars, Marvel is doomed. And also, one of the major things that the show addressed was the racism part. Because Sam Wilson is a black guy, and Captain America is like the most significant representative of the United States. So having a black guy as Captain America is something not everyone would agree on. Heck, having a new Captain America is something not everyone would agree on. Like, if you watch the show and you see what John Walker faces through, you will get that. Because Steve Rogers is a legend, and giving the mantle to anyone is not something that everyone would like. So giving it to a black man was something that the show really addressed upon. In the show, they have like racist comments appearing every now and then.
It's Black Falcon.
Is it because I'm black and I'm the Falcon?
Well, technically, I mean, yes.
So are you like Black Kid? I got him, right?
Whatever, man.
That is something you actually don't really see in the movie. Another thing the show does delve on is about whether Sam should take up the mantle, because he does not want to take up the mantle initially.
Why'd you give up that shield?
Why are you making such a big deal out of something that has nothing to do with you?
He actually gives the shield up to the government, and then the government gets John Walker as the new Captain America, and then he messes up and loses the mantle. He actually becomes a criminal, and then we're going to see him in the Thunderbolts movies.
The dime store Captain America.
I'll have you know I was actually the official Captain America, so...
Yeah, for like 2 seconds.
When the movie starts, we immediately see him as Captain America, taking charge as Captain America, fighting battles. Ross is the new president and he sends Captain America to work. We actually see a good relationship between both of them for a certain period of time.
You and I haven't always agreed on how much latitude enhanced individuals deserve. But what you've accomplished has given me reason to reconsider.
And the plot is really simple, it's predictable, it's something that we already heard rumors on, and it is true. What they are doing is the celestial head that is sticking out the Indian Ocean from the Eternals movie actually is made of adamantium, and all the countries are fighting to get adamantium, and there's some issue going on there, and that's how they get Isaiah Bradley into this event where he gets mind control, he shoots Ross. Actually, he kind of misses on purpose, and we end up finding out that someone is controlling some people to awaken the monster in Ross, and that would be the leader. Yes, so that's why you should watch The Incredible Hulk, and he just plays this song and controls everyone's minds. But the look that they went with for the leader is actually disappointing. Yes, they messed up. The leader in the comics actually has like this giant head, and his whole body becomes green, and then he has this huge head, and he still has hair. He actually becomes smart because Bruce Banner became Hulk by making a replica of the super soldier serum, just that it was exposed to gamma radiation, and that's why he becomes the Hulk. We all know that the super soldier serum actually kind of makes everything super, like his flaws, his intelligence and everything. So for the leader, it was more on the intelligence part. Because he was already smart, it made him 100 times smarter. So he's like the smartest human alive. The look that they went with for the leader is actually bad. He does look creepy, but he does not have a huge head, and he doesn't have hair at all, and it's just like, I don't even know how you explain it. Put a photo here, and yeah, it's disgusting and creepy. So I do not like how they portrayed the leader, because that was something I was excited to see. And also, we do know that this movie went through a lot of reshoots, so Giancarlo Esposito's character was completely from reshoots, and he is a character called Sidewinder from the Serpent Society, and his character could have been totally avoided from the movie because he does play some significance, but for me, he didn't make a huge impact. And we do see him throughout the movie. At one point, he actually surprises the Falcon with a surprise attack.
Captain America caught without his wings.
The way he handled the battle was interesting, so it shows why, even though he does not have the serum and he's black, it shows why he deserves to be Captain America.
That's the Black Falcon there, I tell you.
Nah, that's Captain America.
Speaking of fight scenes, the fight scenes were a bit disappointing as well. They are similar to the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but yeah, that show did not have great fight scenes either. So yeah, the same thing carried over here. The editing was choppy. Bucky comes in there for like 5 minutes, and it was an interesting scene. Bro, how did we go from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier to a movie where Bucky barely appears? He's literally a cameo there. I just don't get it. That was a cool moment, that interaction with Falcon. But one thing I don't get is that the whole Falcon and the Winter Soldier show was about Falcon taking up the mantle, like, because he didn't want it, then he realizes he has to, and also about the serum, whether he should take the serum or not. And then this movie kind of revisits that whenever he fights somebody, he's like, I should have taken that serum. Bro, you literally went through 6 episodes of realizing that you don't need the serum and you can be different. And now you're taking another 2 hours to realize that again. So I don't know why Marvel chose to do that. And yeah, Bucky comes and then he's like, it's fine that you didn't take the serum, you are Captain America. He just like says some motivational lines and boom, bro is ready to fight. Yeah, there's this international war thing. It was basically giving me World War III vibe. And then the leader tries to manipulate Ross into becoming the Red Hulk, but Falcon kind of intervenes and stops it. He unintentionally stops it. We move on to the final scene of the movie where the press kind of instigates Ross into becoming the Red Hulk and protests apart the White House. Those were actually some cool scenes. Like the whole movie, that was the money shot. That was actually good. That Hulk scene was not decent. It was great. I loved seeing that, but the VFX was a bit lazy. And I don't know if that was because of time or money, but it's something we see a lot in Marvel movies these days. Sam Wilson should not have been able to take so many punches from the Red Hulk, but he does, and Stanley put it best in his words. So,
who would win in a fight? The person who'd win in a fight is the person that the scriptwriter wants to win.
He was kind of nerfed, and I mean that's something that has been happening with the Hulk forever. His vibranium wings kind of give it off and push Hulk back, and even then the Hulk doesn't stop. Then he has this like pep talk with Hulk. I'm glad they didn't pull the sun's getting real low. I'm glad they didn't do that. They just made him talk, because the Red Hulk actually retains the brain of Ross, so Sam kind of talks to him and makes him transfer back, and he is stripped of his role as president and he is put in the raft. And he also admits to his mistakes. He serves his time in prison, and that's where we see Betty. The little sequences where Ross is talking about Betty and all that, they do bring back Betty from the Incredible Hulk. So yeah, this is basically an Incredible Hulk sequel again and again. I just feel like this is not Captain America Brave New World. It's a brave new attempt in fixing the MCU. It's a brave new attempt in making a Hulk movie. That's how I feel this is. It's really like a parallel to Civil War. Now we are seeing the Falcon visit Ross in the raft. So how the turns have tabled. I mean, how the tables have turned. When they showed the raft, I was hoping to see Zemo because it's a Captain America movie, but they do not show Zemo. We do know from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier that Wakandans have taken Zemo to the raft, not Wakanda, so he is in the raft, but they do not address that at all. At this point, I don't know if he's even appearing in the Thunderbolts movie. He should, but he's literally the leader of the Thunderbolts, and I don't know what they're gonna do with him. He's in the raft and it didn't show him. You know what the post-credit scene was? It literally set up the multiverse. They chose to do that when they could have literally set up the next movie that is coming in 3 months. They could have showed Zemo in the raft in a post-credit scene and linked it to the Thunderbolts, but they didn't do that. They chose to show the leader in the raft, talking about him calculating the probabilities, the 14,605 futures that Doctor Strange saw. Like, that's not what he says, but it's basically the same thing. He looks at all these probabilities, probable futures, and he finds out a multiverse exists and they're gonna come for us, and the Falcon needs him to save their universe. And okay, another topic throughout the movie is about Ross asking the Falcon to create the new Avengers.
I want you, Captain America, to help me rebuild the Avengers.
And yeah, at the end of the movie, he decides to create the new Avengers with the new Falcon. So I mean, Bucky won't be a part of that because he's part of the Thunderbolt. So
What kind of super serum did you get?
I don't know, regular. Hydra.
Hydra. Oh, fancy.
So the post-credit scene was actually Morbius level of crap.
Intriguing.
But at least it sets up the multiverse, because we are 2 movies away from Doomsday, and there will be a Spider-Man movie in between both of them. If they want to set up Doomsday, of course they will do it in Fantastic Four, because that is the last movie before Doomsday.
New mask, same task.
And looking at how Captain America and the Thunderbolts are supposed to be grounded movies, I'm happy that they somehow link the multiverse to such a grounded movie like Brave New World. So the post-credit scene, as random as it was and as vague as it was, I'm happy that they did something with the multiverse. So my rating for the movie would be 6 out of 10. It's not great, but it's enjoyable. It's watchable. But you do have to do some homework. At least it's not like the Marvels where you have to watch a mediocre show like Miss Marvel and WandaVision. At least it's not like that. You're watching The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which is quite a good show. So yeah, go watch that show if you haven't, and then watch this movie. If not, you're not gonna understand a lot of stuff. Anyways, that would be the end of my review. I'll meet you guys soon in my Beast Games review and my Squid Game Season 2 review. So please head down and subscribe so that you all can watch that video when it comes out. And bye!
The world's at war. Sam, get a team. Suit up. Let's go. On my mark. Save some for us, Cap. I don't want a variable out there that I can't control. That didn't work. But watch this.
Captain America: Brave New World. Rated PG-13. In theaters everywhere now.